So coming out of the assessment process and rubrics and all the things that we sort of do to help find out where students are, but then fuel and drive instruction, just a massive concept to consider is the idea of buffer zones. And buffer zones are one of my favorite ideas in the sense that it really is that teachers actively plan between, say, unit 1 to unit 2 or unit 2 to unit 3, 1 to 2 days as a buffer, where students can then go through that diagnostic, self-reflective process, uh, which we talked about using the assessments with the diagnostic tools, identifying the specific areas they want to target for growth. And then there are two sort of models for the way you might design buffer zone experience for students. Either you might partner with colleagues and have multiple teachers in different classrooms, or if you have a co-teaching situation, or even in a flipped classroom model, where you might have multiple teachers that have video lessons. However you might work that with multiple teachers, students would say essentially, I really want to work on and realize I need to before moving into the next unit, based on my assessment results, my own self-diagnosis and reflection. I need to work on author's purpose or irony and motif. And now I have the opportunity to go to Mr. Smith's room. He's going to do a targeted mini lesson on that, and then maybe really have experience with some peers that also need to work on that. And so I get to actively target the areas I most need for growth and improvement, and maybe go get some targeted instruction and and time to really focus on that. The other model of that is if you can't partner with some colleagues, is perhaps just set up corners of the room, and that could be everything from independent stations where I, as a student, have identified I want to work on these two specific skill sets or areas or topics or standards or concepts, and I'm going to go to the different stations that are labeled with instructional resources there to help me work there. Or there might be peers. Let's say Sally is really good in the way that she crafts transitions and thesis statements in her writing. I really have identified I need to work on those in my writing. So I'm going to go to the station in the corner of the room and work with Sally, kind of explaining her process and helping me work on those areas. Or maybe there's exemplars set up in each of those stations where there's kind of annotated exemplars that are going to help me see examples and models of the area I need to work on. Or perhaps maybe I'm even given time for my own independent inquiry, that I want to work on these two specific skill areas, and I'm going to do some inquiry here at my own station or desk or area, and really take some time to focus on that. The whole concept of buffer zones is huge, though, and it's actually based on the assessment results, my own diagnosis and self-reflection. As a student, I have some autonomy and agency to say I really do want to grow and improve, and I realize I need to grow and improve in this area. I'm going to go work there before going into the next unit and trudging. I'm actually had the active opportunity to really grow and develop in the specific areas that I want to target, which really, again, helps foster that mentality of all of this being about growth and development, not about continually being measured in each unit. So those buffer zones are just a wonderful idea for teachers to really set up a culture of continually a cycle of continual growth and improvement.